Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, we're going to be testing out the brand new foundation from Beautyblender. This is the Beautyblender Bounce Foundation. If you guys are new here, hello, my name is Jenna Fraze. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. My channel is all about high-end and luxury makeup. I absolutely love chatting about it, and I do a lot of honest reviews on the newest releases just so that you guys know what is actually worth your money and what really isn't. If you're like me and you enjoy high-end makeup and you find yourself wanting honest reviews on some of the newest releases, I would love for you to consider subscribing to my channel so that you never miss a new review that I come out with. And without further ado, let's get on to this video. Firstly, before I put it on my face, guys, I do want to tell you a little bit about the foundation itself. This one does come in 32 shades. There was some controversy over the shade range. If you guys are unfamiliar, Trend Mood 1 actually posted a picture of the entire shade range, and Beautyblender ended up commenting and saying that she had placed a filter over top and that's why it looked kind of wonky. But actually the reality is the shade range is not as good as it could be. There are 32 shades, which of course is great, but it does look like, based on some of the shades kind of stacked back to back, that some of them look pretty close to each other. So I do think that they could have done a much better job with kind of spreading it out a lot better and not having so many kind of like light to medium shades. That is just my opinion, and I really do hope that Beautyblender appreciates the feedback and just kind of implements that in the future. Now, looking at the packaging of the foundation, what we do see is that it's definitely a dual purpose product, which I absolutely love. Very innovative from Beautyblender, so that is amazing. On the one side, you will see your shade, and it's kind of see-through through a frosted glass kind of packaging. The other side of the packaging is really cool, and that's where you put the foundation itself. So it comes out of this little spot here, and there's a lock on the back so you can unlock or lock it, and then you're supposed to put this product at a 45-degree angle and then place it into the tray itself. So that is really cool. The shade that I picked up is 1.4, which I believe is light with neutral undertones. I did pick my shade based on the descriptions on Sephora's website, so I'm hoping that this is the best fit for me, but we shall see. This foundation is 40 American dollars or 52 Canadian dollars. It is available at Beautyblender's website as well as at Sephora right now. I'm going to be reading the description of the product right off of the Sephora website just so that we know. It does say it is a full coverage product. It's for sensitive, normal, combination, and oily skin type, so not actually for dry skin, according to this. It actually says it's a weightless liquid whip foundation with a multi-dimensional velveteen matte finish that wears for up to 24 hours. Infused with hyaluronic acid, antioxidant-rich white birch extract, leaves your skin both perfected and protected. Supposed to make your skin look picture perfect both in real life and on screen. Now that we have all the claims and all the information, let's get to testing this bad boy. I'm just putting my hair back from my face. I am going to be using a new Beautyblender sponge with this application. I'm going to use my Sapphire Bright Blue Beauty Blender. Look how beautiful this is. It is so pretty. Even though my skin is not dry, it is normal to oily. I did prep my skin a little bit. I used my new Awake Pore Down Concentrate, and this is from the sister company of Tarte, actually, which is Awake Beauty. I did do a full review on this line, so I will leave that up in the cards for you guys if you're interested. Then I put the Awake moisturizer over top, just a light layer, just to kind of make sure everything is all smooth and hydrated. Now I'm going to unlock this Beautyblender here, and we are going to get started. So let's do 45 degrees. I'm worried it's gonna squirt in the air. Oh my word. Okay, so far nothing. Let's pump it. Okay, perfect. So as you guys can see, it's coming out this way, directly out and lying flat on the tray. And let's see what we're doing. Let's bounce. Right off the bat, it doesn't have any smell really. Like, it just smells like foundation. Like, not a perfumey smell, not anything natural smelling either. It just smells like foundation. What I'm seeing is I'm already getting medium coverage. So this is very little product, and as you can see, I'm already getting a medium coverage. So this is probably capable of full coverage for sure. This one as well is not super thick, and it's not super runny either. It's definitely right in the middle. Just with one coat as well, it's already covering a lot of my redness, which is good. This is definitely a medium coverage right off the bat. It's really easy to apply with the Beautyblender as well, which, you know, kind of glad for that. I'm now going in with my second layer just to kind of cover a little bit more. Right now, it's like, it says it's supposed to be weightless. And like, yeah, I would say it is. I mean, if you really concentrate, you feel it. Let's be real. You know, your mind knows that there's makeup on you, you're gonna feel it. But I would say compared to some of the other formulas that I have tried, this is definitely lighter. It definitely doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't feel like I've got a lot on my skin, but I can still feel it, if that makes sense. So weightless claim is always a bit of like a personal opinion, you know? This is blending really beautifully as well with the Beautyblender. It feels like I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now and it's like pretty flawless. It's covering, I have some spots right here on my lower chin because there's some hyperpigmentation from acne that has come and gone and has left its mark. And it's covering those up really nicely as well. Now that I have the foundation on my face, I'm going to go off camera and finish the rest of my face, then I will check back in. Hey guys, so I am back after setting the rest of my face. I put all of my face products and then set it with my MAC Fix Plus. And basically my first impressions are that if you have any texture at all, this is going to emphasize it just a little bit. So I have some milia kind of right along here, and these bumps are definitely a little bit more accentuated than other foundations that I typically have worn in the past. So same with like, if anybody has any texture kind of along here, like in your eyebrow, or if you have like acne at all, I don't have any active acne at the moment, so this side was fine, but I do have a little bit of texture kind of right in here, and I feel like it's going to emphasize it just a little bit. This foundation is matte, but the velveteen kind of finish to it to add a little bit of luminosity. It does make my skin feel a little bit more skin-like and not super matte. That's good for me because I'm not a super matte fan, but if you like matte products, I think this will still offer you enough of that matte finish to try it out and be happy with it. And the airbrushed look is definitely in the areas like my cheeks that don't have any texture at all. So I mean, if you have perfect skin, this is great. 1 to 2 coats will give you a medium coverage. You can definitely build it up to a full, but I personally like to have a little bit of my natural skin kind of show through, just a little bit. So you can definitely do full coverage, but for me, if you do 1 to 2 layers, you can get a nice medium, and that's kind of what I prefer. Anyways, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check back in 8 hours time. I am going out for supper with a friend as well as going to the Rouge event at my Sephora store. So I am going to be out and about with this on, and I'm just going to let you guys know what I think. So far, it's not gathering into any wrinkles. I do have one dimple that's on this side and I'm seeing it a little bit start to accentuate. So it's a little bit becoming defined here. I've had it on now for approximately half an hour to 45 minutes, and it's already starting to settle just a touch in that little area, but we'll see how it wears throughout the day. All right, guys, so I am back after 8 hours. I wanted to do a final check-in for you guys and let you guys know how this foundation wore for 8 hours. First of all, I have a lot to say about this, and a lot of it is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I have to be honest with you guys. First of all, it's definitely wearing away in this region, so right where my acne spots are and kind of where I get cystic acne when it flares up is in this region, and it's definitely breaking down here. Also, what I noticed was that it was kind of itchy right there as well during the day, and I'm not sure if it's some kind of allergic reaction or just some irritation of some sort, but something just made it really itchy there, and I didn't touch it, but it was just like maybe something is irritating that spot. It wasn't itchy throughout the entire face, just right there. Then I have some sunglass marks right here, so that's just my sunglasses and it wearing away the foundation, so that's not the foundation's fault. But all in all, I would say the texture right here, like it definitely clung to the dry spots right here, which are kind of under my eyes, and my cheeks are pretty well still airbrush looking, but it kind of finishes off the skin a little bit of like a powdery kind of effect. At least that's what I get. The good thing is that it doesn't settle into any lines or wrinkles, so I have some lines on my forehead and a little bit of crow's feet happening at my eyes, and it's not settling into there at all. And the dimple here is still at, you know, there's a little bit of some settling in there, but it's not any worse than right when I put it on. So about half an hour to 45 minutes or so after I put it on, this was starting to get accentuated. It hasn't gone gotten any worse. I definitely will not call this holy grail, at least for me. This is not going to be a foundation I'm going to be excited to wear again. Granted, it could be how I prime my skin or the primer that I did use. Maybe it clashed with this foundation. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't think I'd recommend it to you guys either, unless you're willing to work with it a lot. So perhaps if you have no texture on your skin either, it will look a lot better on you. But honestly, for us normal everyday folk that have some texture and some imperfections, this is not going to be my favorite foundation, and I certainly don't think I would recommend it to you guys at all to try either. My La Mer Soft Fluid foundation is absolutely holy grail, and it's definitely much better than this one. The Dior Backstage foundation is certainly much better. There are many foundations that I would much rather wear than this one, so I think that that is going to be my answer, and I'm going to try it one more time just to see, but otherwise I will most likely be returning this. Anyways, guys, that was my first impression / 8-hour wear test for the Beautyblender Bounce Foundation. Let me know down below what you guys think. Are you interested in getting it despite all of the drama? If you guys like this video, don't forget to let me know by giving it a big thumbs up, as well as don't forget to subscribe on your way out. And until my next one, guys, take care. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!